All right. Part 3 of me trying, because now I've gotten a second phone call. Hopefully we can get through this one without another phone call. So I'm going to go back over what I had just done in the second video. I'm just throwing that second video completely out. And I will go over the problems I did do and then keep going with the practice problems I was doing. So after the first video when I got interrupted, I had this problem done. I was typing in this into my calculator and there's 831,600 options. All right. And that's just by typing all that in the calculator. And remember, we had to list all the repeating options there were. All right. And then I had started my second video starting on this page and I got another phone call. So let's try this again. All right. So we have how many different license plates can be created if the license plate has 4 letters followed by 2 digits. And there was part A where it says items can be repeated, and then items B where items cannot be repeated. So we have a license plate with 4 letters and 2 numbers. Now, when it can be repeated, that means I have 26 options for all 4 letters and 10 options from 0 to 9 for all the other 2 letters. So all you have to do is multiply 26 4 times and 10 twice and multiply all that together, and you get 45,697,600 options. Okay? With option B, the items cannot be repeated. So like whenever I have used letter A, that means I can't repeat it anymore. Okay, so that's when we have to do 26 choose 4. So that's 358,800 times, and then with our numbers, we have 10 options, and we want to choose 2 of them. So whenever you have 2 different things going on as far as letters and numbers, or like men and female, then you have 2 different things that you have to do, and you multiply those together. So this is where I left off at. So I do that times 90, and that gives me 322,920,000. So that gives me 32,292,000. And that makes sense because you should have less options when you have less letters than here where you can use more letters and more numbers because they can repeat. All right, so find the number of permutations. This is just kind of calculator practice. When I have 5, choose 5. So again, you can do in the calculator, math, or 5, math, go to your probability, and then we're choosing 5, so that means that's 120 different options. So then we have 6, choose 2. So again, just type that in, you get 6, go to math, go over to probability, and then we hit that NPR, and we're going to choose 2. So that's 30 different options. All right. If I have 10, choose 1. Remember, we talked about that earlier. If you're only choosing 1 and you have 10 options, that's easy peasy. You just have 10. Okay. And then 5, or is that 9? Yeah, 9, choose 2. So 9, go to math, go over that probability, and go down to NPR. And we're choosing 2. So that gives me 72 options. All right. And I'm just going to do a couple of examples on number 3. We have yellow, Panama, Honolulu, and Mississippi. So I'm going to do Panama, and then I'll do Mississippi. So I'm going to come down here to show my work here. So for letter B, with Panama, okay, Panama has 6 letters in it total, over, and then remember we have to take away all the letters that are repeating. So we have A that repeats 3 times. So that means that becomes 6 factorial over 3 factorial. So we do 6 factorial over 3 factorial to give you 120 options. Okay, so you just write out how many times you got a letter repeat. So like for letter D with Mississippi, okay, with Mississippi you have, the M doesn't repeat, but I repeats 1, 2, 3, 4 times. S repeats 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And then P repeats twice. Okay? And so in total I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 letters in Mississippi. So that becomes 11 factorial over 4 factorial times 4 factorial times 2 factorial. Okay? So, math, we go to we do 11, and then math, go down to our factorial. Divide by, remember, whatever's in the parentheses, if there's more than one thing, you have to put parentheses around it. So 4 factorial times 4 factorial again, times 2 factorial. Close our parentheses, and that gives us 34,650 ways to rearrange the word Mississippi. All right. Let's look at number 4. We have the Spanish club is electing a president, vice president, and secretary. The club has 9 eligible members, so we have 9 total members. How many different ways can we choose the 3 options? So we have 9 options. We want to choose 3 of them. So again, if you write that out as an equation, that would be 9 factorial over 9 minus 3 factorial. Okay? So you would do 9 math factorial divided by 9 minus 3 is 6, so that would be 6 factorial. Or you could just do your 9, choose 3, yep. And that would, again, give you 504 different ways that you can have your president, vice president, and secretary. Okay? And then the last problem says, the window of a music store has 8 stands in fixed positions where instruments can be displayed. In how many ways can 3 identical guitars, 2 identical keyboards, and 3 identical violins be displayed? Okay? So we want out of 3 identical guitars, we want to choose 1. Out of 2 keyboards, we want to choose 1. And out of 3 violins, we want to choose 1. Right? No. Yes. 8 stands in fixed positions. Oh, no. I'm thinking wrong. This problem is like what we did yesterday, where we have 8 total. Let's see, there's 8. There's 3 identical guitars, 2 identical keyboards, and 3 identical violins. So 3 plus 2 plus 3 gives me 8 total. So we have 8 stands. We have 8 different ways. So that would be 8 options, and we want to choose all 8 of them. So that would be 8, choose 8. So that's 8 factorial over 8 minus 8 factorial. And the reason why that's important is because they're identical. So it doesn't matter which way we order them. They're all going to be the same violin or the same keyboard. It's just going to be in a different order. So you could do 8 factorial divided by 0 factorial. Or you can just do 8 math, choose 8. And that gives me 40,320 options to rearrange those letters or those instruments. Okay? On to the classwork for day 2. For 1 through 4, you're just listing all the different permutations that are possible. So you're not telling me how many total there are. I want you to completely list all of them. So like, for example, for number 2, it says take 2 at a time for T, V, and W. So I'm going to take T and V, and then in the next option, I would take T and W or V and W. That's another option. So you're going to list all the different ways. I can list only 2 of those letters at a time. All right, 5 through 10. You're just practicing what we just did in the calculator. You can do it mathematically, or you can just do the NPR thing in the calculator. And then 11 through 16, you're finding out how many ways you can rearrange the letters in each one of those words. Okay? If you have questions, please let me know, and I will help as soon as I can. All right? Miss you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.